action. Hey
Hey
guys.
Sorry. I had to. My bad.
Yo,
I was gonna
this
call,
guy.
so I knew it wasn't gonna.
This guy,
My
that
bad.
was great. Nah, yo, start it up, bro. 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sales with Jay and Ron.
Yep, where we're teaching you how to be pro salespeople. That's really what we do.
Hey guys, so for today's episode, we are going to talk about how to work with a seller when they're using an attorney. So guys, sometimes even when someone's looking to sell their house off market, sometimes they feel more comfortable with an attorney. And hey, that's completely okay. Now, how do you deal with this? The first step is you have to know that they're using an attorney. Guys, that's called a deal killer. So we want to make sure that in our process of due diligence and asking them questions and taking the tour of the house or asking for photos or, scheduling that hour-long conversation before you sign the agreement, that you know whether they're using an attorney or not. The reason why is because the conversation is going to go a couple different ways, and you need to know if they're using an attorney to make sure that it gets set up that way, right? The attorney lane. And how's that look, Jagger?
Yeah, great point. The guy's super important. And basically, once you speak to them about having an attorney or not, that's fine if they are, it's fine if they're not. Say they are using an attorney. Now the next steps is going to be, hey, I know that we're agreeing at $300,000 for the property and that we would need 2 weeks to kind of confirm that we can actually buy it at this price point. So with that being said, I know you and your wife are 100% on board, but you do have an attorney. So this is how it's going to look. We'll go over this agreement. We'll make sure we're all comfortable with it. And if we are, we'll even move forward and sign it with putting in a contingency stating that this agreement isn't binding until your attorney approves or denies the agreement, which gives the attorney the authority to then make sure their client is protected and that everything's all good with that agreement. And if they move forward, great. And if not, the attorney will draw up a new contract and we'll take it from there.
Yeah. Guys, I know a couple of you are probably wondering, like, well, that's stupid. Like, why not just send a blank agreement to the attorney and have the attorney review it so you don't have to go back and forth? Here's why, guys. We've done this for a couple of years, and something that we've learned is that two things kill deals more than anything else. That's time, number one, right? And number two is attorneys or buffers in between the deal. So the reason why we want people to sign is because most of the time when people sign, even though it's contingent on the attorney reviewing it, they're committing to you just like you're committing to them. If there's nothing on paper, then there's no sense of urgency for them to contact that attorney. There's no sense of urgency for the attorney to follow up with us because there's nothing on paper. If the attorney gets a paper that both parties signed, they're going to feel the sense of urgency because there's a commitment and they know that now they have to take this more serious than me or Jagger sending an email, whatever, with nothing signed, right? And now them having the ability to now look somewhere else to get another deal.
Well said, guys. There's really nothing to add to that. You just got to make sure you understand the reason of why, and that's super important. So then now there's the other way, right? If they don't want to sign, which is completely okay, they have the right, they want to go through an attorney, they want to feel protected. You cannot convince somebody of this. Let me just make that clear. Nobody's that good at sales that's going to convince someone who wants to use an attorney not to. But there is another exit strategy, and that is going to be by sending an email. And what I mean by that is that you're going to still go over the blank agreement with them, make sure they're comfortable. Hey, I know you're not signing. We're not going to put any of this on paper. But what I'm going to do, if it's okay with you, if you could send me over your attorney's contact information so that now I can send an introductory email with the terms of what we verbally agreed to, with a blank agreement, and with me introducing myself so that attorney now can review that agreement, draw up his own, or at least know that I'm in contact with the seller and him or her and that we are ready to move forward to buy their property.
Not all attorneys are responsive.
No.
It's your job, guys, to follow up, right? And another thing you want to do is that a lot of the times we'll even, if it gets to 2 emails and we get no response, CC the seller and send them the email trail and be like, hey, I just want to let you know that we're very serious about buying, but we still haven't gotten a response from your seller. Now you give them an action step. We are going to keep following up every day until we get a response, and we'll keep calling. But if you would like to speed it up as well, maybe you should start calling as well, or maybe consider changing attorneys. Once again, it's your choice, but I just want to let you know where we're at. The reason why is because what happens a lot of the time is that it almost seems like we're the ones not trying to get this going, right? So you want to make sure for the seller to not lose the deal that, hey, we've sent these emails and still no response. So that way you can, give yourself the best chance
Yeah, it's well said. And, you know, I'm actually dealing with one of those situations right now where I ended up sending an introductory email to the attorney and with all of the information about what we agreed upon with me and the seller and a blank agreement. And I made sure to put the ball in his court. We can use this one or you can draw up a new one. That's fine. Waited a few hours to see if I got a response, and I even CC'd that seller just so he knew I was taking that action step. And then now what happened a few hours later, his attorney says thank you, and then now today or over the weekend they're drawing up a new contract. Boom. So this is the point, right? You just want to make sure you get the deal done. These are the ways you're going to be able to get the deal done with an attorney involved.
Yep. And if you guys want to know more about temp, which is like how we got here, definitely watch this video right here.
Boom.